Also, what you were just alluding to was the intensive method, which is a new training program that I've put together this year. And KayLee's been a part of that team helping me put that together. So I'm so grateful for your help with that. But the intensive method is our attempt to start to get more coaches and therapists trained to be able to offer intensives. Something that's really important, I think, as it relates to this, and I learned this quickly when I asked Dr. Magnus, would you train me to do your intensives? And he said, well, I want you to know you have to have the training in our field to equip you to be able to treat betrayal and addiction. But what I'm going to teach you how to do is intensives with addiction and betrayal and trauma. So it is important to know that there is a difference between teaching somebody a modality or a type of therapy, for example, versus how to facilitate really amazing intensives. Intensives really start from the moment someone considers them and everything they do until they get there, everything they do when they're there, everything they do when they go home until they come back, and ongoing. So most of my clients they're with me for years. I have some that have been with me over 10 years. So they don't see me as often, hopefully, as they did in the beginning. But for me to facilitate that, there's a lot that goes into the administration, the ethics, the preparation, having the ability to do assessments and tracking those. So the intensive method we put together with that in mind. So it's not teaching a therapist how to be a therapist or a coach how to be a coach per se, as it relates to the field that they're called to or the population that they want to serve, those specific types of trainings, but rather it is a framework, if you will, a business framework to help people begin to assimilate all of the different variations or variables of doing intensive based work. So we have different modules that cover and have different lessons for each. In fact, we have eight modules, 5 lessons each one. And we're going to go into things like marketing. We're going to talk about the structure. We're going to talk about the leader that you are and what you need to do to develop your overall practice over the long term. So it's a little bit different of a training. So I appreciate you letting me share a little bit more about that. But if you were wanting to do something like Hope and Freedom, that's going to be more specific to trauma and addiction, but still has intensive training component. In fact, we're kind of doing a hybrid so people can do the intensive method as a baseline training and then do Hope and Freedom and break those into 2 instead of having to do them all at the same time. So people would still get all of it, but that's kind of a little bit into how we're doing the structure.